Okay, good morning and welcome to our quiz review today. Tomorrow we will have our quiz over translations, reflections, and rotations. So here's the review, and let's do this together. We will probably split into two videos today. All right, first question. Translate the figure x minus 3y minus 1. Let me remind you that translate, when we do that, our x coordinate is going to tell us if we go to the right or the left, and our y is going to tell us if we go up or down. And going to the left is subtract, going to the right is add, going up is add, going down is subtract. So what this is telling us on our first one is that we are going to slide this guy. Minus 3 means left 3. And we are going to slide it plus 1 for this one, so that means up 1. Okay, so before we do any sliding, we do need to label our original figure if it's not labeled, which it's not. So you can pick any letters. I'm just going to pick A, B, and C. And then I'm going to go ahead and slide each one. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to start with A. I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to go up 1. And I'm going to label it A prime. Oop, can't see that prime sign very well. Okay, do the same with B. I'm going to go left 1, 2, 3, up 1. Label that B prime. And finally C, left 1, 2, 3, up 1. And then we've got C prime. Go ahead and reconnect our figure. And we have completed our translation. Okay, good. All right, next then, number 2, reflect the figure over the line y equal 1. So some notes that we talked about when we did this before is we first, and we might want to write this down since we're going to have a quiz to study. First, is the line the x or y axis? Okay, so you look at it and it doesn't say x or y axis. The answer is no. So if not, this is what we do. X stands like T-Rex, and y lies on its side. Okay, so those are just some little notes, little rhymes to help us out. So, oops, sorry, I can't see that. Our first question when we are doing reflection is the line the x or y axis exactly? And it's not. It says y equal 1. So, if not, x is going to stand like T-Rex, y is going to lie on its side. So, we know this is going to lie on its side. All right, so the y tells us that we have to use the y-axis to find 1, which is right here. And lying on its side means that it's going to go horizontally like this. This is our reflection line right here. So that's our line of reflection. Got to have that so that you know what we're reflecting over. Okay, again, we need to label our vertices here. So again, I'm just going to go A, B, and C. And then I'm going to perform the reflection over the line here. So starting with A, since A is 1 above my line of reflection, I will reflect it 1 below and label it A prime. B is 2 above my line of reflection, so I will reflect it 2 below, label it B prime. And C is right on my line of reflection, so it's not going to go anywhere. We're going to label that C prime in the same spot. I'm going to reconnect it, and I perform my reflection. That is the answer to number 2. All right, keep going, heading right on. So the number 3 says rotate the figure 270 degrees clockwise about the origin. And so let's see if I can find my little sticky note here. Something that you want to have to make sure you know for this quiz are the rules for rotations. And instead of me rewriting them all, I have written them several times, but here's our notes for that. If you do not have these notes somewhere, you're going to want them. So the notes are, the rules are this: 90 degrees clockwise is the same as 270 counterclockwise. The rule is to change x, y, so that y then comes first, and that x value is second, and not only that, it's opposite. 180 either way is do not switch x and y, but make them both opposite. And 90 degrees counterclockwise is the same as 270 clockwise. Again, you're going to switch x and y, but this time you make the y opposite. All right, so if you want to pause this and write these down, if you don't have them, I recommend it. Okay, so let's take this back off so that we have some space. This says rotate our figure 270 clockwise. Well, 270 clockwise says, according to our rules, that we are going to change xy to negative yx. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and do that in a second, but first we have to label our vertices. So I'm going to label this A and B and C. And in order to do this, we need to list our originals. So our A is at the spot 1, 1. It's right 1, up 1. B is at the spot 3, 5, right 3, up 5. And C is at the spot 4, 1. Okay, so to perform our rotation, that means that we're going to switch these coordinates. So this case, A prime. Still, even if I switch them, it's still 1, 1, but my y coordinate is going to become negative. So that's negative 1, 1. Okay, let's go B prime. Again, I got to switch them around. So 5 is going to come first and 3 will come second now. And that first one has to become opposite. So negative 5, 3. And then finally C prime. Again, we're going to switch them around. So 1 comes first and then 4 comes second. And we're going to make that first one opposite. So negative 1, 4 would be what I've got. All right, so let's go ahead and put it on our grid here. So negative 1, 1 would be left 1, up 1. So here's our A prime. Negative 5, 3 means left 5 and then up 3. And that is going to be labeled B prime. And then negative 1, 4 means left 1, up 4. Here's C prime. And then you want to reconnect those dots. And it should look as though you jumped this guy 270 degrees clockwise. Well, 270 degrees, don't forget, is going to be 3 quadrants. So, and clockwise means we're going with the clock. So it should look like we rotated this guy 1, 2, 3 quadrants, and it absolutely does. Okay, great. That's our first half of our review. We'll do the video for the second half as follows. So again, if you have any questions, make sure you email me. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.